We're back with the offseason for what I would assume to be officially the final season of our New England Patriots franchise. We just got done completing the ever so elusive, historic three-peat Super Bowl run, beating the Rams back-to-back years, and then, of course, the Cowboys the year before. Some pretty close Super Bowl games here, and then this one, not so much. Even with the injury to our starting quarterback, it was perfectly fine. Romello Brooks was the MVP, D-Pat in the year before, and then, of course, Drake May finally, I guess not even really finally, because he was the first one to do it, the MVP of the Super Bowl there. So, telling you what kind of team we are, very team-oriented team, as we had two guys that weren't even quarterbacks winning Super Bowl MVP. We know how easy it is to win Super Bowl MVP. It's basically handed to the QB every year. But looking at the actual roster itself, of course, we have some injuries, but Drake May, he'll be back in the starting lineup. But we did kind of go ahead with this for the last episode, just in case we weren't going to do another season, and we did see that we couldn't afford anyone. So we lost our superstar left tackle, we lose our superstar tight end, oh, and we lost our superstar left guard. I completely forgot about that. Or was he only a star at the time? I don't know. Either way, we lost our starting left guard. Then we lost our starting strong safety, who ended up becoming a superstar. And then, of course, we lost Josh Uche, our starting left end. Oh, and Christian Barmore. Before we officially go into the offseason trying to gain new players, it's worthy noting the players we've lost because of the cap being so tight here. We lost our superstar left tackle. We lost our starting left guard. We lost Stevenson, our backup at the time, running back. We lost our superstar starting tight end. Then on the defensive side of the ball, we lost our superstar 90-plus overall strong safety. We lost our left end, Uche. We lost our defensive tackle, Barmore. We lost a lot of the team. We're still a really good team, but as you can see, for the first time in a while, there are actual weaknesses and openings that need to be filled. We need a new DT for sure. We need a new strong safety for sure. Offensive line, I think we could get away with it, but I would say we need a left tackle, realistically. So there are definite needs that we have to get filled on this team, and honestly, with the way Rudd's injury concerns are, I would maybe even argue edge is a problem. 77 injury, seems like he couldn't even play a full game without being hurt. So while he looks good, the injury problems are a true concern. So there's a lot of positions specifically on that defensive side of the ball that we do need to fix. And I don't know if we have the draft capital to do it. Of course, we do have some signings of free agents, but realistically, with $21 million, I don't know how the hell we're going to afford anyone. You can see Trey Faulkner, our former player. It would cost us more than our entire cap room to get him back, to have kept him. Realistically, just no chance. That's why we let him go. Gamble, same situation, just about the entire cap as well. Stevenson, not quite the same, but dropped down to an 86 speed. He's star dev now at his age. Way he played for us, because we didn't really play him much. Very fair. Left tackle, Eric Blackwell, 26 years old, 88 overall. Super loss there. Losing your franchise tackle is a super loss. Couldn't do anything about it, though. Just don't have enough money. We could have restructured everyone and then put ourselves against the wall for 5-10 mil. Barely be able to sign the rookie class. Probably not enough to get 53 players in the roster, let alone 70-something. It just wasn't going to work out. Barmore, another guy. I mean, we have literally like a quarter of a cap room, maybe a third of a cap room in players entering the open market here. Of course, this would be a generational compensatory suite, if you will. And of course, we talked about it before. Oh, yeah, Uche even. Vereen is a free agent. I mean, a linebacker would be cool, but yeah, realistic. I mean, there's Wyatt Teller. I mean, this is just a situation we can't, we just can't afford these guys. As far as Wyatt Teller goes, I mean, I could lowball him a 10, but even that I wouldn't really feel great about. But hey, he's a good overall, so if he does decide to join us on that, sweet. What about Hendrickson? 92. In fairness to Hendrickson, I would argue that an edge rusher is a little bit harder to kind of manage. Like, a bad edge rusher is going to tear your team down, whereas a bad offensive lineman, you can kind of work around them, I think, in my opinion. I think if I were to choose, would I rather have a terrible offensive lineman starting all year or a terrible edge rusher? I'd probably take the offensive lineman. I think we can make it work with what we got, whereas edge, yeah, I don't know if I'd feel great about having a really bad edge rusher. So Hendrickson, really good finesse move. Not the fastest, but very good finesse. 81 speed's good enough. 84 excel is good enough. Some really good free agents here, but I mean, for good reason. Teams just can't afford them. We're obviously one of those. We lost, once again, like a third of every team's cap room, start to finish. no players in your roster, the cap room you're allowed to use, a third of it. And I mean, even Roberson's there. So, we lost a lot of players. Harper, this is definitely a shell of itself of a team, but it's still got just enough talent. Unfortunately, we can't use guys like Douglas for trade capital because, well, he's got 16 mil dead hit. We can't afford any of that. So, yeah, I'd be willing to go for Hendrickson, but I don't think he's going to join us. Some other team's going to come along here. Not yet, so you never know, but still, I just don't believe in it. 1 year 10 is not even terrible, especially since he wants a 1 year 14. Okay, that's a good point. Let's actually take a look at where all these guys went. As we already seen, the Dolphins took Faulkner. Gamble goes to Tampa. Ramondre goes to Cleveland. Blackwell goes to Washington. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers might as well give us a piece of the pie if they win a Super Bowl. Also take Barmore. The Dolphins, huge free agency, though, as they get Vereen and Ramsey. Obviously some returnings, but still, Jameson Williams to the Saints. Uche to the Dolphins. Dolphins are going crazy this offseason. Wyatt Teller goes to the Giants, and Hendrickson still chance to go for him. To us, Tampa Bay. There's a lot of the same teams kind of showing up here. Tampa Bay again for AVT. Dolphins with Hobbs. Dolphins are going crazy this offseason. Chargers starting to get their name in there. Same like 4 or 5 teams. Kind of crazy. Wait, Dane's a free agent? They let the speedster go? That's a little surprising. But yeah, as we kind of expected this offseason, it was pretty much replenishing this team was going to be all through the draft. And unfortunately, we don't have many of those picks to work with. We have a first, a second, a third, and then a fifth. And that is it. Unless we start reaching in the future, which we could. But that is a lot to replace no less than 2 positions, debatably 3 to 4. My goal, though, is to hopefully land a really tall tackle. I want a franchise tackle with some size. All right, we had the Pro Day results. Let's see if Trey Hendrickson joined us. I didn't see the money move. Did he? No, he didn't. But there's still no one else wanting him just yet. I don't know. We might have a chance. We're going to keep it going, keep it up there, but worry about that money, man. Trey Hendrickson would be a huge addition. 84 overall, but he is really good at finesse moves. But yeah, let's go into the draft. We once again know our draft picks 1, 2, 3. Well, not into the draft. Let's go into the scouting as we have our pro days. Don't think quarterback's going to be something we even spend time on, but I will look myself just to see if there's any like fast guys that maybe could play wide receiver, perhaps. And honestly, I don't think so. Griggs, which is weird because they actually mentioned how his 40 time was like the slowest in the class, which is not true. We also have Mr. White, Dorian White, skipped the combine. Seems to be slow, seems to be good throw power. But yeah, these quarterbacks, they look very mid. I wouldn't, thankfully we don't need a QB. Well, I don't want to say they look mid. They athleticism's not there, but White looks amazing. White looks really good. But yeah, not really much going on here. Maybe Harris. Throw Harris on the board in case you want to add some competition. There's some guys here based on their actual accuracies and all that, but like, how much do you trust that? How much do you believe in that? I don't know. Probably not much. Running back, sort of a positional need. Got some attributes here. This is a position that I almost exclusively barely pay attention to attributes because they almost all have anywhere from C to A, and it could be anywhere from 70 to 80. It's just so random. There's no definitive one. Like you look at other positions, like, oh, that guy is good because look at those key ratings. But yeah, there's some pretty decent players here. How many of them are at least fast enough to get the job done, though? That's the question. Grubbs looks pretty good. Hardy looks pretty good. Harold fast enough for how good his trucking and all that was. So probably throw these 3 on the list. Maybe Kitchens as well. Every time I think of Kitchens, I think of Kitchens now. But Rashard Kitchens, day 3, pretty fast. Good enough break tackle, but yeah, pretty raw in some of those ratings. What about Harold? 4.53. B carrying B, ball carrier vision. Not very fast, but he has the A stiff arm truck. We don't have Stevenson anymore. It'd be nice to, bring a guy back in that's very close to Stevenson. Not quite the juke move, but very close there. Grubbs, 40 time is misleading as a hell. What else do we have? I do not think we'll be going for him. So running back room is terrible. The draft for running backs is horrible. Hardy looks pretty good. Hardy will be on my board as well. Maybe shouldn't be putting running backs this high, but whatever. We'll filtrate pretty easily through them. Eli Palmer, very fast. I would like to get a new backup. We've got good backups. I just don't know if I truly see them as like guys that I would trust carrying the football. I kind of see more as like return men, return special teamers type of thing. We should be looking at just also power backs, but right now I'm kind of looking at speed because we're in the like really sad, maybe you find a gem UDFA territory. And then wide receiver, because we do not have a high draft pick to use on a wide receiver, this is almost exclusively going to be late third rounders or later and players that are really, really fast. So we're going to be looking at that. Hauser, interesting, 4.44 at 6'2". That's solid speed. Telling me he's pretty mid, but I'll throw him on the list just because I like the size and speed. I'm getting Jordy Nelson vibes, and that's enough for me. Then we have McLean. I mean, he's 4.46, pretty fast. Problem with wide receiver is another position where C and D means almost nothing. You can see plenty of C and D players because there's so many wide receivers that are actually really good. So it's hard to tell unless they're truly good. The bad players are hard to tell if they're actually bad, and then good, you can tell. Good is a little bit easier. I'm not really liking this, set of wide receivers. You got some, low 4.4s, but their, attributes look pretty bad. They look pretty bad if you ask me. What about Bradley Knight's Fs for release and all that? I just don't like that at all. Looking if I can find one of those 4.24 guys, which I see a 4.31 and a 4.33. Definitely will be on the board, but I'm not seeing exactly the type of speed I'm looking for. That guy's good. Terrence Claxton might be the fastest in the entire class. And then Victor Rhodes is right up there with him, another UDFA guy. We definitely need to land one of these guys, just as even like kick return, punt return depth. A conversation starter. Hey, who wants to fight for the job? Don't want to just hand it off to someone, even though we've got a couple of guys that have done a pretty good job there. As far as height as well in this draft class, pretty low for wide receivers. I mean, you don't have many after the first 2 rounds. This guy, though, even though he's slow, intriguing me enough. Bins, you're not going into the bin. You're going onto the draft board. And then looking at the actual attributes, a guy like Purnell is interesting. 6 foot tall, 21 years old. The speed on the left side looks better than his 40 time and all that, so definitely a guy to kind of keep an eye on. Then we move on to tight ends that I pretty much exclusively scout based on speed. Quincy Pierman looks like a great tight end. Looks like a truly great tight end, but don't need a tight end that bad. First round is not going to be somewhere we're going to go. Any of those gems you can find later on, one of the tall gems, not really. I mean, I need a backup tight end, but I don't need one so high that I'm taking one higher than the third. And unfortunately, I'm just not really even seeing one that's necessarily worthy in the third. I mean, this, 3 to 4, you have a 4.61. He's probably the best option. He's pretty fast, but everyone else, I mean, they're just so slow. And now we move on to tackle. Like I said, I really wanted a tall tackle. I'm seeing, 6'8" Finney, 1 to 2. The problem with tackle is, or alignment in general, it's not the easiest to find. Clayton looks really good. Super solid pass blocker. If he's somehow there at 32, I'll take him. Don't know if I can afford to trade up there. Finney, I mean, my love for the height is going to get me in trouble here because he does not look great. I don't even know a whole lot about him. But because he's 6'8", he's already super high on my board. It's a tough one. Based on what I know, though, it doesn't look like the worst group, especially for pure pass blockers. Then we move on to guard, where we see a 2 to 3. Got a couple of decent options here. Bush looks really good. Phillips, I mean, a lot of these guys look really good, to be fair. But, yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good players there. You have a center as a top 5 true talent, 6'4". If he actually is still there and he's still a top 5, because sometimes that changes, I'm down. But then again, you look at a guy like Peoples, who, I mean, kind of looks a little mediocre. I mean, I guess once you look in the right side, that run, which I don't really look at the run block too much, because usually it's pass blockers that are good. It's hard to tell if he's good or not. Then we have a right guard in Aries Jacobs. Not a huge fan of what I'm seeing there. I mean, he's okay. I like Roper, and that's kind of it. A couple of day 3s in the end, but it's kind of it, I think. Got not a whole lot of knowledge about exactly what these guys are like. Left tackle, pretty much nothing. And then we look at right tackle, 6'4". I mean, once again, it's not all about height, but that's kind of where I was projecting. Let's see. Don't know a lot about this guy, but they seem to all be pretty good pass blockers. We'll say Callaway looks pretty bad. I know that base is decent, but he looks pretty rough. Then, of course, we have the DNs, which is so hard to tell. Like, you're going to get an okay, pass rush rating, but as far as, how high of an overall they're going to be, what kind of dev they're going to have, it's all over the place, right? Because left end, right end specifically, you're basically always seeing a B for finesse move or power move, but how far does that go? I don't know. Of course, like, we look at the combine results. Obviously, we know that that's more of a DT. I think those two are worthy enough to put on the board, but I don't know if I would actually take them as the problem. Then you have one of your, prototypical, slower but solid type of players. I mean, it's all just shots in the dark. That's really all these types of picks later on is shots in the dark. I mean, we're expecting some pretty slow players here. Beckham 4.76. He's one of those guys that maybe you have something there, but I wouldn't put my whole eggs in the basket. If we don't go edge, that's one of the guys I'll end up taking, I would imagine. But yeah, as far as like if I need edge that bad in the first round, I don't trust that. We got two guys here that look pretty good. Gibson specifically, and then McDowell is pretty much. I mean, these guys are all good enough to be on the board. That's the problem. They're all good enough to be on the board. Maybe not this guy. 4.91 is dramatically slow. Like, these guys are so bad. But those are potentially the guys that are the sneaky ones. Another slow guy in Dalton McDowell. Get a lot of slow. You get some players, but they're usually pretty slow. Then DT, one of the easier positions to scout, in my opinion. You don't even need to look at athleticism, but I feel like the faster they are, the better they are as well. But, B finesse, B block shed's pretty good. Good player there. Fair enough as a block shedder. Sees across the board. He's a nose tackle, so he is decent. And then, of course, Overeem. That's going to be a tough guy to pass on, dude. 20 years old with an A finesse, A play rec, but I don't know, 2 to 3, that could be a trade-up. Then, of course, 2 to 3 Stokes. Block shed a B for Randolph. I mean, if he wasn't so old, I would maybe take a chance. A finesse for Barrington. A lot of those guys are kind of misleading. Like, the A finesse usually doesn't lead to anything, but if you're desperate, got to put them on the board. If you're desperate, you never know what you're going to be forced into. That sounds sus as hell. And then we don't know about these linebackers, but you can only assume the A to C is probably an A. Right, 23 years old. I mean, if I have options, I'm probably not going to go with the 23-year-old, so no point in him being on the board. A block shed. I mean, we'll put him on the board, assuming he's fast. I'm assuming some of these guys are pretty fast, so we see 4.66. Not as fast as I was hoping. 4.6. And then, what about Carney? Is he a edge rusher or not? 6'3". It's kind of close. Elite speed. No, he's not. I don't trust elite and anything like that and left out. If it's middle linebacker says elite, I'll believe it. Non-middle linebacker, probably not. And then this is just like tight end for me. I basically completely decide middle linebacker, really just off-ball linebacker in general on speed. It's really shallow, but it's just the way I look at it. And then, of course, we'll go in a little bit deeper on these players. Pause and see if they're actually worth keeping on my board or not. Kind of crazy to see a round 1 middle linebacker, though. Bailey's good. He's fast, but I would not draft him that high. And then you have another round 1. Still would not draft him that high. I would draft him even lower than the other guy. Darren McGee. I mean, we don't even need linebackers, so realistically, I'll put these guys on the board, but there's almost a 0% chance we draft linebacker. We just don't have the draft capital. One of these guys would have to be like the greatest gem of all time, which I'll say Scott is pretty close to it. He's really good. But yeah, these guys would have to be crazy gems for me to take them higher than really the 4th, because we just have so many needs and so little draft capital. But let's take a look at Baker. I'm just, dotting the T's and all the I's and all that. Really athletic. Change directions a little mid, though. Then we have a couple of guys down here, but, unlikely to take him and unlikely to start. Then, of course, look at right outside linebacker. Little looks really good, but he's once again a really high projected guy. Good man coverage there. 6'3", 237 as a huge player. But yeah, I mean, realistically, like I said, probably not going to be going with any off-ball. And if I do, it's going to be super, super late. I don't even know. Even then, I don't trust it. Is this guy a pass rusher? He's not. It seems at least, so he's going to be off my board. Yeah, right outside linebacker specifically was very bad here. Very bad. Then we move on to corners where really we're looking for, in my opinion, safeties, not actually corners. So, anyone with a good A to B man to zone, and then, if they have a good zone, not a great man, that's fine. Logan, I mean, I'll put him on the list. Obviously, the people that are balanced will get on the list. High zone, I guess. And then we'll, of course, kind of take a look at how fast these guys are and decide if they get to stay on the board or not, which obviously pretty much all these guys at the top deserve to be there. Then we have a 4.49. That's where things start to get a little questionable. Slowish, but feels like a safety. Feels like a safety. Collins could move to strong safety if he has to. Widmer looks like a can't-miss type of player. Do you go corner in the first round and then draft him for a safety spot? I don't know. I don't know if I really need a safety that high. I'm kind of feeling that even though I really like a lot of these corners, probably not going to go corner, and we're actually just going to end up going with an actual safety like late second. That seems to be the more realistic option. These two corners that we just looked at are really bad, by the way. I do not like them at all. But yeah, pretty much all these guys, I think they're not going to be drafted by us, so I'll just scout them on my own, keep them on the board, and then we'll see. This guy could be a little bit of a gem, though. 6'3", 4'4", with C-man coverage, C-zone coverage. You know, that's why you got to look at all these things. Even though it's mid, C is a little mid. Having both of them makes it not mid. You know, 2 mids equals a good. That's how it works. Of course, back at it with safety. 4-5-1. You know, we're pretty much going to put anyone with any sort of speed at all on the board, then kind of reverse engineer this again and look at their like ratings from there. Jefferson, I don't think he's even going to be there, but you know, that 4.52, it throws me off a little bit. Put him on the board, but he's going to be gone, so it doesn't really matter. 5'9", you know I want taller than that. You know I want taller than that, but if comes down to it, he's the best there. Like Gamertag, B zone coverage 4.38, looks to be pretty much like a true 4.38. Then we have John Stanford, fast enough, super tall. No real zone coverage, though. Jamie Frey, 6'2", really good tackling. Mid, though. Mid. That left side is telling me 88 speed, and I don't like that. Then we, of course, have Christian Randolph, who is like no zone coverage. Randolph's gone. No real speed, no real zone coverage. Then Warren, obviously, I don't like that 23, but got to do our due diligence. He's terrible, so he'll be gone, too. Couple of safeties down here. Maybe you get lucky. C-zone coverage, a good start. Solid speed, good excel. I mean, if it comes down to it, yeah, I would take him. Might even take him even if we don't need him, just to have depth. Good speed for Javier Gray. Don't love the 23 years of age, but still a good player. And then Stephenson, 6'3", raw, not really fast, but 6'3" might be enough to intrigue me to just take a shot. Then, of course, we look at strong safety, which is just horrific. But as usual, we'll do the classic speed check. Harvey Harris, 6 foot tall, really fast, C-zone coverage. They say day 3 talent. I'm going to agree with it. I think he's going to be really raw, but is athletic, so you could turn him into something perhaps. Waters, day 3 is not worth it. UDFA, I keep him on the board. Day 3, no. That's no less than like a 5th round pick. I'm not taking him higher than like the 7th. And so then we have Cameron Hall. Not really loving the safety room. Maybe we are going to go corner high. I don't want to, though. I really think DT I guess maybe lineman. I really think a trade down is what we need to do. I don't love it. Do we have our special teamers? I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure we do, though. I think we kept them both. We definitely kept Dempsey because he's, on a cheap deal. But that, I think, is going to be our draft board. How high each player is, though, I would not be able to tell you. Hey, we wore him down! 1 year, 10 for Trey Hendrickson. I really like this contract. I know he's 34, but I think he can help us win another ring. 92 finesse move. What's the injury like? 91 injury, 84 toughness with the +3, 85 stamina. I mean, this is another Uche. We just landed ourselves a little bit of a slower, but just about another Uche, which is great. I mean, to be honest, arguably better because Uche is always injured. Where did Uche end up going anyways? Miami, that's right. What's that injury on Uche regardless? Yeah, 84 injury, 79 toughness. We've seen that all the time. Uche's ridiculous, right? Like, they should have been upgrading Hendrickson's finesse, or speed rusher, but obviously Hendrickson's a really good player too. It did cost us a lot, 1 year, 10, but for a guy of his talent, I think that's perfect. It's like right where I would expect to spend and could not spend more on. If worse comes worse, we, kind of restructure someone. But yeah, as far as what we want to do here, not sure. I think we definitely want to look at this DT because if I'm willing to trade, and not maybe even trade up, but you know what? I don't know. I'm not going to look at this DT because we need a DT desperately. And honestly, the options are take someone even higher or take Overeem, who's 20 years old in the 2nd or 3rd round. Don't know when he's going to go, but I'm assuming pick 10 in the 2nd is the furthest we can go. I think the best option in this one is hope these safeties fall, or corners / safeties fall, and we could trade up with 32, and we're going to be trading down from 32 in the 1st round. And then offensive line, I don't see a world where I can take someone higher than the 3rd round. Like, we just have so many needs And I'm like, we physically need a safety, we physically need a defensive tackle, and we physically need a lineman. Lineman is the one position I can actually get later on. I think. I don't even know if I can. I mean, we have a day 3 in Mitchell. Problem is, yes, he's 6'5", he's only 300 pounds, though. I mean, that's definitely a guy I'm going to go with. Might even go with Peoples, but I'm not sure. We're going to have to trade up from next year, I think. I think we're kind of cooked. I really think we're kind of cooked here. So I'm going to put 2 tackles on. The 6'7" and 6'8" guy, just in case you want to see if a trade up looks good to us. And then, I mean, I don't know, safety-wise, I guess Frey, that would be the guy. So let's take a look at these players. Obviously, with the wait till, the week goes. Also want to see a mock draft if we can. Very interested in seeing a mock. How do you look again? It's like scout, and then I don't look at mocks too often, but here we go. When did we start seeing mock drafts? There was no mock drafts. What? Or did I wait too long and that's why they're not showing them? Well, that's kind of stupid. I love seeing these. By the way, pick 32 in the first round. I don't think there's a world where we trade up. But let's take a look at the guys we scouted. Maybe those guys we looked at, those tackles are going to be goated. If they even show us. Ooh, Finney's a 3 to 4. Damn, that center stays top 5, though. And then McClellan does look 1 to 2. All right, so I guess we slow him just in case there's an opportunity for Howard. I don't see that guy as a tackle, though. I think the highest I'm willing to trade up for, because we have so much, is pick 24 with Dallas Cowboys. Can't believe running back went 1 overall, and then middle linebacker went 3 overall. Those are insane draft picks. Like, I don't know who you need to draft at number 1, who they need to be comped to draft someone at number 1 at running back, but they found him, apparently. Jefferson at 13, I didn't see it personally, but hey, as long as they're not taking the safeties I actually want. Also didn't get to see Frey. So far, so good, but, I mean, anyone could go at any pick. Could see, center in here, and I'm not trading up higher than 24, like I said. 24 is my limit, and even then, I don't know if I can. Let's see. I mean, that top 5's still there. You can't really let a top 5 go, even though I've seen plenty of normal dev top 5s, even at offensive line. Let's see what this will cost us. So they want a first this, a first next, a second next to move up like 8 spots. I don't know if I agree with that. I'd be willing to do a first this and a third next. Let's see what they're looking at. Okay. Any players? Probably not, right? Smith, don't want to lose him. We need the depth anyways. Yeah, I mean, I talked about it. I already talked about it. We really don't have, well, maybe Hamilton. We don't really have that draft capital. I mean, you can see Hamilton didn't even move the needle. I think this is going to be an unfortunate situation of letting the players fall. See if Howard goes here at 24. He does not. Niners. Okay, I mean, maybe we make another trade up because it's a few more picks later. That center's somehow still there. I don't know how. We have no money, so we can't trade players, unfortunately. Also trading this third... Oh, wait, this is a third round. No, it is third round next year, actually. Wait, where are our picks in 2031? Wait a minute. Is this the real-life Patriots doing? Or did we do something stupid? Did we make a sell? I'll do it if it's there. Okay, I mean, we've maxed out other than trading up even higher. All right, welcome to the Texans. Mr. Howard, they found themselves a really, really lucky pick here. Or not. Okay. We continue our trade streak attempt. Attempt streak, I suppose. Number 1 need for them is a right guard. Maybe we get away with not even losing that third after all. Come on, somebody's got to want Hamilton, right? It's them! We move up 4 spots, 5 spots arguably, using Hamilton. I think this is going to be the pick. It could be McClellan, though, because he's still there, too. It's tough because I don't want to lose a top 5. At 312, that's actually a pretty good size, right? This guy could be generational. I'm going Dylan Howard. He's our new left tackle. True talent, 5. Hidden dev, 90 strength. Yeah, 73 speed, 82 excel. I mean, unless you're like the next Frank Ragnow, you're basically being wasted at center, buddy. Sorry to tell you. You are now a left tackle. He's like, yay, I got drafted. Oh, I'm playing what now? Oh. Okay. Put me back. Not hearing it. Put me back. Yeah, this did not go as well as I was hoping. Because, well, maybe not. We got the line. Yeah, it is bad because Line was the one we were expecting to get later on, and yet here we are, you know, in the second round with the lineman, needing to trade up for the lineman, yet we need a DT still. I don't like that. Tell me there's 2 DTs so I can keep saving money here with these picks. There is not. I mean, we need Darren over him. He's 20 years old. His reps are low, I will admit, but he's insanely athletic as well. God, why has this got to be such a weak defensive tackle class? Safety's looking good, though. Safeties are looking something. Frey is still there, and he's around 1. How tall is he again? 6'2". He's not that fast, though, so I'm going to try to go to Seattle here and get that DT, and then I don't even know what we're going to do at safety. Man, we are in some heap. I guess you just keep kicking the can. I can work for government. We're just going to keep kicking the can down the line, and, you know, future us has to worry about that kind of stuff. I don't know if we have anything that's going to intrigue them into making a trade, though. That's the problem. Thankfully, we drafted Myers, though, let me tell you. I think Connor Williams is going to move over to left guard, but thankfully we grabbed Myers, because if we needed 2 linemen, we'd be done for. It would be over. I mean, even now, I don't know what the hell we're going to do here. We are so down bad, I don't even want to talk about it, dude. A second there's a third and a fourth next year to move up to 44. A couple of those players are kind of just nudge players, if you will. I don't know who we're going to have at safety. There's going to be some random free agent this year, I think. I'm thinking that's what we're stuck with. Oh, no. Either way, Darren Overeem, be hidden, please. I mean, this would be bad if not. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's 20, though. But, yeah, that blows. I mean, I can't go any higher than the third round, so we're moving to the third round and hoping one of the safeties is there. I mean, even then, I don't know if I can make this trade up. Any safeties? Corner that can play safety. Something. We see 2 players. Stanford, who we scouted early into the process. And then, of course, Frey, who I don't know I like. I don't know if I like him. I like the projection, right? I like the True Talent 1, but I don't love the speed. I do like the size. I mean, he's got to be at least 88 speed, right? I mean, if not him, it's going to be a corner. And I don't know if I like any of these corners to play it. Let's look. Let's just, you know, make sure that we're not going to be able to sit around with one of these corners instead. I mean, they're so bad. And they're all, like, really undersized. Like, they're tall, but they're just not very fast. We've kind of screwed the future a bit, but at least we fielded a starting caliber roster now. I will say, though, it is pretty unfair that you don't get compensatory picks, because once again, it would genuinely be generational how much we would get back if we actually had compensatory picks in Madden. Like, we literally had the top 7 overall players in free agency, and they all signed for 20 mil plus. Like, these are all really good players that we lost because we couldn't afford them, and we're getting nothing back. Of course, Frey looks a little raw athletically, but he looks really smart and really good, really talented, so we're hoping for the best. He is number 11 in True Talent, 88 speed, that's all I ask. Okay, 88 on the nose, normal dev, which sucks, but yeah, not a huge fan here. Really, I think if we could redo this, even though I think that center is going to be great and he's going to be our left tackle, maybe we can get lucky with another superstar. Think I would have traded down. Man, that is tough. That's our draft. I mean, that's basically our draft for the next, like, multiple years. We have a first and a second next year, and that's basically it. Like, assuming the 2031 picks are actually accurate, we have nothing in those years, in that year at least. Damn, we did not have a depth class at all. That's really bad. Let's take a look at these overalls, though. Of course, we're not going to know that the center's dev right away anyway. 77 overall, that DT was 69, but the safety was 76, so we landed some pretty good players. He's raw, but he's got amazing hit power, great injury and stamina. Big hitter for sure. Block shed's high. I mean, they almost seem like they make him or want him to be a linebacker. Dylan Howard, I really want to look at his dev. Oh, he's a bad finesse blocker. Obviously, that'll be what we work on, but he's our new left tackle. I didn't draft him that high to actually be a center, so 74 for the number. That's basically it. Was there anyone else we like kind of wanted to see? Running back, I guess, since we're here. Antoine Shepard, 79 overall. He was good. Don't get me wrong, but that's, in my opinion, even if he's an X Factor, not first pick overall good, which he's not. He's only star. It's pretty average. I don't know if I agree with that. And then, of course, the middle linebacker, Bailey, 86 speed, hidden dev. Looks raw, so, I mean, he's got to be generational, like, X Factor minimum to even be close to worth that draft pick. Which, to be fair, he is. To be fair, he actually is an X Factor. Whoa, look at this guy. Drew Miller, the other round 1 middle linebacker. Now, this is a draft pick. If this guy's not generational and the other guy technically is with that X Factor dev, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Miller, who's in our division, mind you, was definitely the better of the 2 picks. That's crazy. 83 overall is nuts. Actually nuts. What else about the other safety? I guess let's take a look at Stanford, I think it is. Stanford, 89 speed, 72 overall. He was, of course, hidden development trait and slightly faster. A little more raw, though. Similar hit power. A little more balance in the injury stamina toughness department. What about that dev? He was only star, so not really missing much, right? Our guy is pretty good, too. And then we have Randolph, another guy we had on our board. Was thinking about grabbing him, 23 years old. Very mid. Then we had a day 4 by the name, I believe, of Horn. I don't know if he actually went this high, but I would have suspected Horn to be pretty good. People's one of our linemen, 72 overall. You could assume he's hidden. Horn, 70 overall, 92 speed, 94 excel. Of course he's hidden. I just didn't have the draft picks, unfortunately. That sucks. That would have been a great player. He is only star, but still, that's a good pick, especially in the 5th. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Let's look at speed. We should be able to find that wide receiver pretty quick. Oh, wow. Is that actually how slow the best player? Oh, maybe they weren't taken, actually. They were UDFAs. We got to head right over to free agency because there's no way one of those wide receivers wasn't at least 94, 95, and they're, of course, just not here. Damn, this wide receiver class is a little mid. Let's take a look at some of these overalls. In general, kind of mid. Howard, 77 overall as a left tackle, though, so kind of fitting, kind of fair that he's there. I mean, we landed 2 high overalls. Just, once again, we were really up against it, and for what we needed, they weren't really that good of players, right? Like, you had some linemen, as you always do, but the DT was super weak. And then safety itself specifically was weak. Corners were good, but all first-rounders, which we just couldn't spend a draft pick that high. Even the lineman was probably dumb to spend that high, but safety, I can't do it. Ooh, free agency's actually got a couple of names. Jordan Mailata. Now, the first thing I'm going to do when I'm deciding on who I want, because I'm going to also do a restructure. We're going to make sure we have enough money to put up this season, you know what I mean? So, we're going to first take a look at the injury and all that. Oh, they're all fine. We could just choose who we want, huh? But yeah, we talked about wanting a huge offensive lineman, specifically a tackle. These guys look so good, by the way. I mean, Jordan Mailata might just start. I don't know why I didn't look at him in free agency, but hey, we didn't have to pay him anyways. I think Hendrickson would have gotten a contract, but I'm not saying for certain. And our offensive lineman position is actually pretty weak. Do I not just take 2? I'm going to restructure some players and we'll make sure. I can't believe Mailata is in there, though. He is really good. But yeah, I'm going to make sure that we can field a really good roster for this season because it's arguably the last one, Tunsil, injury concerns. The best of the bunch, though. But availability is the best ability. So I will have to go Colton Miller here. Another 6'8"er as well on top of it. Let's continue looking around, see if we can find. We need tight end as well. Bellinger's a really good player. Noah Fant is a good player. Schoonmaker. Williamson. What about pure speed? So Fant is your best option at number 2. So that's who we're going to be going with. Mr. Noah Fant. Be nice to also have a cheap option in behind if possible. Which I don't know if I really see it. It's a pretty weak tight end class. It was very weak. Tulloch. I don't really want to pay 161 though. I guess the fullback comes in at tight end. If we need 3 tight ends. But we can't really afford these guys, dude. It's so expensive. Screw it, Brevin Jordan. Why not? We're going to take a look at some of these wide receivers. I can't remember who the hell was on our list. Rhodes was on our list, I think. Pickett definitely was. 6'5". Woods, I think, might have been. Where's Claxton? 95 speed. Yeah, he's a low overall, but like we expected, he is fast. And I suppose pure speed will grab him. And then for a big dude, I mean, he's not the fastest, but I do like Pickett. He's very expensive, though. But yeah, we're going to have to restructure somebody to try and get this roster in order enough to have, all the starters we possibly need. Running back, we probably don't need. We're probably fine with that, but it would be nice to just have another name in case you have one of those double injury games. We had that last year. 3 running backs is fine. We're fine. We're fine with it. O-line's obviously fine. 1 edge rusher wouldn't hurt, but we are broke. But I guess we'll just kind of think about what we want to do, and then, we'll save the money, and I'll do that on my own here. Jermaine Johnson, Rashawn Gary. I mean, they're both pretty mid. Can't lie. I don't really know who I think is better. No mentor for Gary either. Try to find someone with a mentor tag, if anything. Sweat. Don't really like these free agents too much for edge, at least. DT Chris Jones is here. He's only a 79 overall, in fairness. But the mighty have fallen. Still probably good enough, right? He is good enough. Mentor as well. Maybe we bring him in. Try to bring in like a veteran there. I guess I will just try to get some money back on some restructures now. So we restructure Drake May, which, how much is it? Frees up 17 mil this year. Ooh, that's enough on its own. Chris Jones is going to be that guy. 4.55 mil, but great mentor, really solid player if he has to come in because somebody gets hurt. I need a starter there, you know? And then, honestly, Hassan Reddick is probably our edge, our backup edge rusher. Looking good there. I don't know if we need a linebacker. Maybe we'll find somebody fast, but I'm not really looking for anyone crazy. For some reason, there's this young-ish linebacker. I don't like the injury, though. Young-ish linebacker and Stephen Pickens. If he's really good, change direction. I'll have no choice, right? Where is he? Mr. Pickens, 75 COD. It's good COD. Not amazing, but good. Then 70 for this guy. He's just terrible. I guess Stephen Pickens it is, even though I don't really love the injury rating. And then we're going to sign DeCamerion Richardson, speedy 6'2" corner. You know, you got a guy that needs to come in and try to make enough noise to cause the other team to lose. That's your guy. You know, he's not going to be a great player, but he's going to be fast enough to maybe track something down. And then safeties, we do need some backups. It looks like a pretty weak group of safeties, though. No one really that fast at all. So I guess Jeremy Chin and then that free safety we just seen. Dadrion Taylor Demerson. So it's time for the training camp, which, of course, probably not the most interesting thing in the world to you guys, but we will do them, obviously, and then I'll show you a couple of highlights, perhaps, with that. Pocket presence is more about speed, right? So you'd rather have Falk there. So Drake May for the target passing will show you the gold every time, or maybe the final one that achieves the gold, if you will. Obviously, not a crazy different looking offense, but a little different, you know, especially at tight end and I guess the depth, really. All right, we just about have it. I mean, I think as long as you don't really sell here, I mean, that's it right there. We got the gold. Drake May, not an X factor, though, so you never know. Could be a big one. Could be a big one here. And unfortunately, it's not. Moving on to pocket presence, I don't really even know how much like being fast really helps, but it's better than being slow, I suppose. Oh my god. Is this harder than it used to be? I swear it is. That's what she said. He said. I don't know. Somebody said something. I have to hurry up here a little bit. No way. I actually just sold it. Have you ever seen a less clutch person in your life? Oh, you have. Because I'm clutch. I got weird there, but 30,000 points just on the nose. Once again, not necessary, but a dev up would be cool. Haven't seen a dev up like at all in these training camps, like ever. Of course, rushing attack, we know where this one is going. Very easy, you don't need to see this at all. This is actually so easy and so boring that half the time I almost fail because I get so bored and I start like just doing juke moves and stuff like in the middle of the field like that. It's so boring. 106,000 points. Once again, didn't want to show you guys any of that nonsense, especially for a player that can't go up in dev. That's the exciting part, right? A free upgrade point is great. That's obviously, you know, what we want. The XP is awesome. But the breakout, that's kind of the like, ooh, I didn't expect that to happen kind of situation. And then as far as the wide receivers go, it's going to be Mr. Patton and probably Douglas trying to get him to superstar. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be Bates. I think Bates will be our red zone attack guy. We got to get the guys that matter the most to get to superstar. Douglas is great and all, but top two wide receivers matter more. Tight end one matters more, arguably. Look at Patton. He's too good. Just got to stay healthy. That's the problem with this team. And, of course, this one is about as easy as it gets. I mean, you're beating freaking McKenzie easily. That means you can beat anyone, right? It's just so easy. Such an easy drill to win. I mean, we just literally outran him. We'll go for the juicer, though. Well, maybe not. Whatever, we'll still have him throw the jumper. Patton holds on anyways. He's so good. Come on, Patton. This would be massive. This is how he actually got to star in the first place from the training camp. See if he gets another one. Damn, I thought he would have been goated, but no. And then red zone attack, of course, going to go to Mr. Josh Bates. He's got to get a couple in that zone in the corner, and you're pretty golden. Oh, bad throw. There you go. That's the doubler. That'll be the gold. Really could have caught this anywhere. Don't even need a zone, I don't think. Easy. I mean, Josh Bates, I wouldn't say he stole the show at the tight end position, but he definitely, opened the door to losing Faulkner, which is good because we literally couldn't afford Faulkner. And there we go. Maybe Bates goes to superstar. It'd be great. He will. What a huge dev up. We got a superstar tight end already. That's what I'm talking about. I would have loved for it to be Patton instead, but this is awesome. Tight end as well. It's a really tough position to dev up as well. Awesome. I mean, it's not tough, but it's tough to dev up before the end of the season, Like, if we want to get him a dev up, if he didn't get hurt, throughout the season, I feel pretty good about getting 800 to 1,000 yards. Probably gets a dev up there, but that's a whole season later. You have to wait till the Super Bowl for that. But now, he's just got a superstar. That's great. And then for this, you would think, go with one of the older guys, but I kind of want to go with the youngster Howard because I want to see if he's a superstar. I want to earn the ability to see what his dev is, and I think this is the best way. He's also very athletic, so he's a big fella. Moving around well for a big fella, though, I got to say. I mean, we did this drill with Onwenu in the past. Onwenu, very much so slower than this fella right here. It's a pretty big... Oh, no. Trying to get those multipliers. I mean, they really... I don't know if they actually tested this, but they really put it to the max. Like, it is tough business. Like, to get those bonuses, like there, I wouldn't have been able to get it, but you have to be pretty on point. Kind of have to get it sometimes when you're, running for a different one. Howard made this look pretty easy. I mean, it wasn't. We came close a couple of times, but I like the footwork. There you go. 32,000. I mean, we'll find out. If he's star and goes to superstar, we know that he's a superstar now, but I don't think we'll actually officially know whether he is or not until we actually see it. But Trench's long haul and chase and tackle, this is a tough one. Because it's like, do you want to get his ease back to superstar? I think what's 8 sacks, had, he deserves to lose that superstar. Do you want to get him back to superstar really badly? Or do you want to get Hendrickson an upgrade because he's older? Do you want to go Rudd? I like Rudd. I think our edge is always injured, and there's always the number 2 on this team has to play significant snaps every year, it seems. Rudd is the outlier on this defensive line, sort of. Not just by talent, but obviously those injuries, speaking of. But he is a good player, so... Uh-oh, this is bad. Get out of our way. I mean, he's got a lot of time, but yeah. That was a challenge, man. Those power guys, they're really tough to use. Get out of our way. I think he'll have 2 upgrade points, by the way, because he already had one. Oh, did we not get that one? Whatever. Good rip. Bull rush. They kind of just say whatever. Right? Like, oh my. Like, I guess we initiated with a bull rush, but that's not really what got us there. Like that's like calling that a bull rush when, yeah, we had a bull, but it was, our ankle. We did have to kind of swim him. And that should be gold. Yeah, there we go. That is pretty easy. As long as you get a few of those multipliers and you actually sack them in time, you usually get it. Damn, really big one would have been also the upgrade, not just the skill point upgrade. But we're kind of running through these right now. The only one I had to restart was none of them. Actually, didn't have to restart a single one of these. Yeah, not that they're hard, but we're kind of cooking. And then for chase and tackle, we're going to go Beasley because he's really good. Takes the most upgrades, not only the highest overall, but he's normal dev. But also, he is normal dev. Would be nice to get him dev'd up. I will say you could argue Trenton, but Trenton doesn't play as much as the other two, and Warmack's already an X factor, so he doesn't really need it. Beasley, huge hit. This one is probably the one I'll have to restart on. But, yeah, when we're near the end, you'll see it. And already I've had to restart. I think if we hit this one, we'll get it. But every time I talk is usually when we fail this one specifically. And not this time. Not this time. All right, we've already got it. Can pretty much let him score if we want. But at the same time, no mercy! Oh, my Lord, that hit was crazy. Could we get to 200? We might actually get to 200. Oh, no. He's outrunning us. A little early. 200,000. And I didn't even need... No, I did restart, but I didn't need to. I could have just kept going where I was, but I did restart. 250? We actually might get 250 here as long as we hit him. This is unbelievable. I've never done this well. 265,000 on chase and tackle when the gold is like 30-some thousand. That is a hell of a run Just give us the dev. We deserve it. I think they should make it where if you hit a certain number that's really hard, like even 265 might not be high enough. Maybe do like 300K. I don't know, where it's guaranteed. Like really challenging where like you have to do it like 100 times minimum to get it. I think that'd be cool. Something to aim for. But just obviously like, I don't want something super easy. Like 200K even. 250. Call it 250 on chase and tackle. You need to be basically perfect. That would be the one I would do. And then as far as DB battle, we have DB battle red zone. I don't think Frey can handle this. Like, I think we should do Collins and Frey, but I don't think he's got the speed to handle these. I'm trying to think which one's harder. Red zone defense is a little bit tighter. I think red zone defense is a little bit harder, arguably. So we're going to go Frey here at DB battle. This is going to be challenging. This one's going to take me 100 tries. This is tough. At least it's a slower guy like Douglas, but at the same time, what a SWAT! But at the same time, he's also going to be hard to kind of... Yeah, that... I knew what he was going to do, and I still couldn't handle it. Also, I'm still debating on, do I like 32? Like, McCourty's been off the team for a while, right? Damn, he looks huge compared to Douglas, by the way. But McCourty's been off the team for a long time. I mean, you can't... Like, they're not going to retire McCourty, right? Like, it's like, hey, you did really well. We love you. They might, actually. They very well could. Good pick. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we change it. I love number 32 here, though. I like the frame, though. Frey is... okay, first try with this one. I actually like this. Oh. He's got the frame. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with... Oh, okay. Let's try a press now with Frey. Oh, damn. Got cooked. Yeah, he is. He's a big dude, which is crazy because he probably looks small compared to Collins. Got those tall safeties. Skill point, no dev up, unfortunately. Safety's not the hardest to dev up, though, so we could see a breakout or two during the year. And then Collins, obviously, is going to be our guy here who, I mean, he's a corner converted to safety, so he should be able to handle these reps pretty well. I mean, look at that change of direction comparatively. And we miss! These drills are fun as hell, though. I love, matching. Collins just ran that for him. Easy. Likely something outside. Got to be careful. Oh, that's so bullcrap. It's unbelievable. I mean, I did say this was tougher. I'm glad we did what we did because there's no way Frey would have handled all this. You're really going to take that? You're really going to take that? Collins is literally Sean Taylor without the hip power. Not our best work, but we'll snag it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, this one. Where's he going to go with this? We're playing shallow just to get him to throw it. I just want him to throw it because I'll take those free interception points. Otherwise, it's a coverage sack, which is basically nothing. Oh, we drove on that nicely. Beautiful defense. Probably something outside. Backpedaling hard. He's not really making us work for it. Should get up there. Great pick. It's close to being caught, but we'll call it. All right. Can we get another one? That Bates one is awesome, though. Getting a superstar for the tight end is great. Higher ceiling than Faulkner, even, which is, interesting. I'm surprised. Special teams, I mean, these guys are older. I'm probably going to pass, honestly. I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. Maybe I'll do the field goal one because it's not as hard, but the punter, I'm not doing it. I'm just skipping it. I need at least one more hit of the target itself. Maybe one more. Oh, of course they hit me this way. Trying to kick it early. Oh, crap. That was terrible. Did I not miss that? Am I a crazy person or did I miss that? What a great kick at the end there as well. I swear I just completely missed and they gave me good accuracy. Maybe a hit. I don't know. It's a great kick, though. That was second try. I hit it. Beautiful. Skill point and all. Punting one, it's basically impossible. I don't know if anyone's done this or not perfectly, but the gold is so tough. I'm not doing it. You can't force me. Of course, we have a bunch of upgrades, but let's do the strategy first. I mean, we don't really care too much, right? We'll say, okay, they say this. We'll agree with them. Hey, whatever they say, that's what we'll do. What about these, though? That's the question. So we definitely want the left tackle on there, which we do have. What about everything else? Brooks for sure. Bates for sure. Rudd, I suppose. Does Frey stay? I think Warmack needs to be on the board here. Who do we replace, though? Overeem's not going to get much out of this. You know, he's not hitting or he's not high. So we're going to get Warmack on there. He'll actually earn, a bunch of XP with that. That'll be our 6 for the year, I think, for the most part. All right, so this is where the bulk of our upgrades are going to be. I can't remember what we said we were going to do with Brooks. I think we were pretty happy with the elusiveness, so we were just going to go power back, I believe. Maybe even receiving back. Either way, let's get some break tackle. Let's get some trucking. We get neither of those. 90 overall, though, now, finally. Gets 90. 2 to Sif, 1 to truck, 1 to break tackle. That's a great upgrade. I want more to truck, though. I just need more to trucking. 95 is next slot. I don't think he's going to get that by the time this season ends, but we'll see. Bates, who's now a superstar. I think because he's such a low overall, though, that first slot's going to be pretty mediocre. 2 to release, 2 to spec. I mean, this guy has so much potential. Just stay healthy, dude. Please just stay healthy. I mean, if we thought Faulkner was good. 89 speed, 91 acceleration guy. Ooh, it says bulkers with this ability retain more of their forward momentum during tackles while traveling at a high speed. I mean, as far as what he could have had, that's like basically the best one you can get. That's not bad at all. We'll take it. Next one is at 80 is. Nice. Okay. I like Bates a lot. I mean, I liked him when he came in, and he's going to get a shot. Of course, with the pass rushers, no matter what their style is, you go speed rusher because you have a good chance to get power move anyways. 1 to power move, 2 to finesse. That's a better upgrade than 1 power move. Usually power move upgrades are at best 1. 2 to block shed, 2 to finesse, 1 to power move. I mean, this is why you do that. 86 block shed, 85 power move, 80 finesse move. Big issue is that injury, man. If he can be less injury prone, I don't even know if I would have went with Hendrickson. Would have just found some random... Ooh, Drake May's a 90. Would have just found some random, backup free agent veteran. Would have been fine. 2 to mid for May. Really needs deep accuracy more than anything, but he is now officially a 99 overall. Let's see if we can actually play like one, because last season, boy, he was looking... very game manager-esque, if you will. Patton, though, 95 overall, gets a +2 with this upgrade. 3 to catching traffic anyways, 3 to carrying, 2 to deep route, 1 to juke, 2 to spin, 1 to release. Juking got, I was about to say, pretty high up there. 93 juke, 90 spin, great change of direction. He's just a great wide receiver that can't really jump well, which, with his body frame, it's the way he's built, makes no sense to me. And then Beasley, usually you would just go straight up field general, but let's actually take a look. Yeah, we will. Okay, fair enough. Thought maybe the man coverage would be a little low, but no, that's great. 74 man coverage from the linebacker is great. I mean, that's got to be some of the highest in the league. 75 man, that's got to be top 5, top 10 in the league at off ball. That's better than a lot of the corners in the league, I'd say. And then Collins, speaking of corners, playing safety. Dennis Collins, hybrid, it's always great for both. Yeah, we get 1 to excel, 3 to tackle, 1 to zone. I mean, he's so good. If we needed a corner, he could be right in there. Not that we need one, but if we did, could do it. Dylan Howard, what is his reps? He is at 300 out of 500. Like I said, I really want to know. I mean, we're going to play for preseason here as well in a moment. It's going to be a battle, I think. We're going to be paying attention to that left tackle spot pretty much all preseason long. That is going to be one of the big positions we're looking at, because obviously safety, there's not really much of an argument there. Frey and Collins got to start. Corners have always been the same. Wide receivers have always been the same. Running back is even less of a battle than usual. Edge, I suppose. It's edge. I guess it's the front 4 besides Ojulari and Cobb. And then it's the left tackle position, and that's basically it. So not much at all. A lot of these guys are all backups, thankfully, so we don't have to really worry about them. We'll do Falk and see where we're at. So Falk, he is really just missing medium. Once again, the guy came in. Didn't look great in the Super Bowl. Had a couple of moments, but if he has to play, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with a great upgrade, by the way. He doesn't get many. That's a great upgrade, though. And that's pretty much it. Sly, I mean, we'll look at, but he's pretty much max as well, isn't he? And 98 kick power. Accuracy's not the best, but that's never really been a problem for him. 99? Nah, not 82. But yeah, let's take a look at the official, I suppose, projected starting lineup, at least for the start of preseason minimum, and then head right in. Don't know how much we're going to be seeing of it, because it is preseason at the end of the day, but I do want to see a good look at how these tackles play. Howard obviously playing center as a rookie, coming in, playing left tackle instead. It's going to be a tough one, but he is also significantly younger than Mailata, has a higher ceiling. If they're both equal, I'd like to start the young guy. I think I'd rather have the old guy as a backup than have the old guy start all the snaps, get injured because he shouldn't be playing so many, and then the backup is the last line of defense, you know? But yeah, the defense, once again, left end, DT, those are kind of the positions because we do have Chris Jones, remind you. So yeah, let's head in to preseason game 1. Also, before we go into the first game, I wanted to show you guys our new offensive and defensive coordinators, some of their abilities here. Obviously, we don't have anything upgraded on them because our guys just left, probably head coaches somewhere now. This one, not the best, right? You're not getting the best like for Excel. If you want Excel for running back, you get on that side, but you do get the speed or throw power upgrade. But the better one, this defensive coordinator, we've used all of our points on to get down that middle slot. Sure, whatever, cool. That's, you know, hey, that's not bad. But look at this. Speed for linebackers, safeties, and corners by 2. This DC should be the head coach. It's unbelievable. The guy's crazy. I don't understand how that's even possible to have one that gives you 3, I mean, not even 3, but a bunch of different position groups plus 2 to speed. Look at the speed of our guys now. 96 for Collins, 96 for McKenzie, 95 for Gonzalez. The linebackers are all faster. It's actually ridiculous. Like, they're so quick now. What a freaking DC. OC, I'm not as, confident about, but DC, which, I mean, hey, that's what we needed last year. Our defense kind of carried us. It looks great. Preseason football. A chance to full-on, never be broken record set this year as we attempt a 4-peat run. 3-peat, technically unbeatable, because not only do you have to physically get to 3, but you actually have to beat it. You have to get 4. Is that going to happen? Probably not. Is going a step forward going to happen? Definitely not. There's no way anyone's doing 5 to beat 4. So we are still on our historical run, and likely, if we win this Super Bowl this year, full-on cementing. It's physically impossible. I really don't think 4 is going to happen, let alone 3. But, yeah, to have to do 5 to beat 4, yeah, GG. It's over. All right, the new look Patriots. Man, I don't know how I feel about this D-line. Hendrickson, I don't worry about too much, but Overeem, that's scary. Of course, linebackers, safeties, they're all going to kind of help that. Frey, the rookie, already getting involved, but yeah, they're going to help the weaknesses, I'd say, up front, but it is concerning. I mean, the run game, which has been locked down when, facing this Patriots defense, could be open for business. So definitely need to hope that Overeem could step up quickly. He's already getting double-teamed. That's maybe a good sign. I don't know, as they're going to go nowhere on this first play, and they're already facing injury with their really good offensive lineman, Lindstrom. You got Collins coming up, taking on Kyle Pitts. I mean, if there's anyone on this defense that can do it, it would be him. And we're in pretty good coverage. He's not going to get a chance to throw it. All over it is Ojulari and Cobb. Sacked. Already forcing the Falcons to punt, and Claxton will be on the return. UDFA Claxton, not going to go many yards here, but guy that we were going to draft late, didn't have the draft picks to do it, didn't need to. He went UDFA, signed with us, and obviously here he is now competing for a roster spot, whether that be a special teamer and or wide receiver itself. Drake May, 99 overall. The speed's not as good as it used to be because, well, we didn't have that offensive coordinator skill leveled up with our new OC. Maybe we'll get back to it. Don't know if we want to go throw power of that. But we are out here. Jordan Mailata playing left tackle for us now. We're thinner than we were once before. And this is a tough throw. That's a great one. Unbelievable. 23-yarder to Polk. During a normal game, maybe we don't try that. But here, not as much risk. Insanely petty Atlanta challenges it and, of course, fails. Good completion. And Jordan Mailata does a great job, and Brooks does an even better job of turning that into something as they overloaded it. Not gaining much, but it's better than gaining nothing at all. As we're going to look for Bates, who's got an opening. And look at the speed! Completely outruns the safety. Touchdown, Patriots. What a play. You are going to have a safety over top Bates. He is too quick. Well, we already played a drive on both sides, so now it's time to play the moments. Hendrickson getting kind of cooked up there, but the linebackers don't. Is that Overeem also getting involved on that? I think it was. I think he held his own. It is. I'd like to see him get off this a little bit more because technically they did create a gigantic hole. And he gets off, But if Robinson gets to the right, or if Trenton's not there and Robinson can just straight up get to the right, you know, Overeem is beat. But I will say, not beat as bad as Cobb was. Cobb got, I mean, he didn't get pushed off his spot, but at the same time, you know, he's not really doing much there either. As Claxton's going to get another chance to return this. And tries to cut it, can't do it, to the 26. And there's not really much for me to do on offense in terms of moments, as the very first play, they hit a 74-yarder to Romello Brooks. Second quarter, and the backups are already in. Rudd is one of them. Chris Jones is the other. Of course, Overeem still plays. He's got some youth, so why not? As Bonk just kind of hesitates a little too hard, and they gain the first down. They do a pretty good job. They're all the way down to the 3-yard line now. The backups getting moved. Pickens coming in as the main stopper here, hopefully. And we can't get over there, and they will walk right in. I don't even know who that is. Potentially a fullback running in there for them for the touchdown. Dom Blue. And here we go on the kick return, showing off a lot of speed to the outside. Nice little return there. I mean, once upon a time, Bolden was one of the main return men. Look at all these backups in. I feel sorry for freaking Falk. Going to take the running back as no one else seems really confidently open. Gains 3. Take a little drive with Falk and company. Why not? All backups. Henderson's played a couple of snaps here and there, obviously. That's Howard at the left tackle spot. See how he plays. A lot of time to throw. Terrible throw, but kind of led him behind. Great block by Howard. It's going to be really hard to tell. You know, unless one of the tackles is just playing so badly they're getting cooked every snap, it's going to be hard to tell, who's really playing better. But there, I see no issues. I felt pretty confident. Didn't see any movement. See the guards giving up, and wide open. Allen drops it. That's pretty bad. Yeah, the inside of the line was really the bad there, if you will. And overthrown by Falk. We've seen that in the Super Bowl as well. Is that us? I don't know. Either way, it's a turnover on downs. 3rd and 10. Defense did give up a touchdown already as they come out here. Another chance here to at least try and limit their points to, if anything. And Rudd! What a club over move. In for the sack. Might have even hurt the lineman. That was a beautiful move. Wow, okay, I mean, fair enough. Not sure that's enough for him to, be the starter all of a sudden. It wasn't even him that got hurt either. He just killed the guy. What a play. This is the rookie, too, that we were looking at. Finney, the 6'8" rookie, getting destroyed. And unfortunately, we throw an interception. Mabry. It's going to be a 3rd and 10, though, as the defense is continuing to hold up their end of the bargain. Finney might make Rudd a starter. I'm a little late on the punch. Nice rip. He gets under him, too. 2 different style moves. Gets through. Just unfortunately, nobody's on Duke. First down. Look like they're going to chip Rudd this time. Why wouldn't you? He's kind of dominating. And he gets beat up by freaking Pitts. We don't contain the edge, but Beasley does a great job. I don't know what it is. No matter what your pass rusher is, who they are, they get beat by the tight end a lot. Oh, wow, what a throw. That is an unbelievable throw. Tennessee's still using Levis to this day if they've seen him throw like that. That is ridiculous. I don't know how he hits that throw. It's beautiful. Very weird start of the 3rd quarter where we had a 4th down punt, but it was a fumble. I don't even know what happened, but now it's 4th and 1. Falcons trying to keep the drive alive, and they can't because Chris Jones is all over it, forcing the turnover on downs. Great play by Chris Jones getting in there. Love to see it. Also do think, Overeem for the most part, especially against starters, did pretty well himself. Wow, what a tackle by number 33. 3rd and 8, trying to convert. Henderson, not the best straight line guy, but he is tall. Pickett, pretty good route. Great throw, first down. Big fella Pickett making a big play. Another moment early on. I mean, they're pretty weak here. I would maybe run this just to set up a 4th and short. I mean, I guess not as short because the left guard decided not to pull off. We'll hurry up. It's preseason. Practice in a 4th and 4 situation. Falk showing off that speed. He will have enough to get there. Beautiful run. Back to it, 3rd and 3. Henderson. That quick throw over there. If they're going to not read it, we'll throw it. They read it. Allen. Not going to get that either. Turn up to the line. Didn't go left because our guard didn't really get much of a push. I think this automatic handoff every time. And it'll be enough for the first down. Conversion. Don't care how ugly it is as long as it's a conversion. 3rd and 3. We're continuously going back out there. Pickett looks all right. Let's give him a go route. There goes Falk. We actually hit the throw this time. Oh, look at Falk going. Oh, he's still going. Down to the 2. What a play. Falk's thrown 2 picks, by the way. Noah Fant, I don't know why I said Falk, does a great job there. And then, unfortunately, Richardson is now injured. They've got a lot of players up here. I definitely would rather slant. See if Henderson gets out in front. What a catch. Big fella Henderson finishing the play, and we will take the lead. And on 2nd and 2, Bunk! Bunk Smith with a 19-yard interception. That could be it. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be it. Did we go for a field goal and miss? Joey, please. 4th and 17. Game on the line. You got to go at least cover 4. Oh, never mind. Clock's gone. We win. All right, not a bad preseason game there. 21-14. Getting hyped up for this season already. I think it's just because it's the biggest question mark season, right? Every other season we've been completely solidified at every single position. Even the backups were better than a lot of team starters. This year, though, we got a 69 overall DT. I know we get the +2 to speed for safety, but before that, we had an 88 speed safety who's a rookie with, normal dev, and left tackle before Mailata came along would have been a rookie, and, there's a lot of question marks on this team. Still is, but it's a little more solved just with some of the draft picks we had, and the free agents more or less, right? Those 2 tackles, really nice to have. Feeling pretty confident offensive line if injuries happen and all that. And then, of course, Bates. He could have a ridiculous year. Just got to stay healthy. Let's take a look at the numbers. Drake May, 3 for 3, 126 for yards, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, that 74-yarder. Ramella is going to make those yards look great. Completion percentage, Falk and Levis, not so great. And then Cade Miller, who might have been the really low overall quarterback I traded them. I can't remember. Traded somebody a low overall Miller. And then a Marquise Allen, also injured, unfortunately. Really bad rushing performance across the board, but not much better in the receiving game either. Defensively, some stuff there. I don't like Sly missing that field goal, but it's fine. Overeem and Rudd, both with a sack. It's enough for me to be like, hey, for now, I like those guys starting. I mean, even Rudd starting, I don't mind it. All right, we're in week 2 of preseason. Got the Commanders here, and I regret it already. Why did I click the damn press conference? What is it going to be? Come on, what are you expecting us to do? Can you guarantee? No, there will not be a battle. Let's go with most receiving yards. I don't know. I mean, he's got a couple of plays already, so maybe. Might be possible. And I got to just avoid throwing a Noah Fant, which is fantastic. Also, I don't know how good he's going to be because he's insanely slow for his size, but I found a cool little build. I found the Darren Sproles build. Where is he? Mr. Lamar Bayless. Really disappointed with that speed, but 90 excel, 95 change of direction, 89 juke move, 85 spin move. But the biggest thing, look at those catching ratings. He is absolutely a receiver, but he is a running back. Super small. I mean, I don't know how the hell he takes any hits. Maybe he's a special teamer for us. I mean, I'm willing to just try anything at this rate. Got a couple of upgrades. Nothing major outside of Beasley. Field general. I feel like we just looked at his abilities, no? And then I guess he got another one. 3 to block shot. Okay, maybe I need to go coverage. He is so good for being just a normal dev. Normal dev, but he's insane. He's really good coverage, really good block shed. He's fast. He's got it all. Dempsey, I think both him and Sly are both just missing 1 for kick power, and they are. Dempsey is really good, though. 87 accuracy, 98 kick power. That was definitely a player that I am glad we signed in the past. Not too expensive either, and we need to, keep as much as we can going forward. Special team or anything. I mean, we just got to keep it cheap, and that's what we did with him. Start out on defense, have Rudd as the starter. Don't know who their right tackle is. I'm not too worried about it right now. As they are, wow, pretty good push by Rudd, which allows for the linebacker to free up. Good move. I don't know who that was. I think it was against the tight end, in fairness. Good push. Rudd is, not going to be honest. I'm not trying to push an agenda here because I just want to win. I don't really care who starts because Rudd's injury, I think, is always going to hold him back long term. But Rudd has looked vastly better than last year. Last year, I was forcing it hard. This year, I don't even feel like I need to. He just looks good. I mean, playing as a right end, they chipped him. Playing as a left end, they chipped him. The guy he's getting chipped by everyone on the entire team. They're worried. I mean, look at the move. If he didn't get... And then he frees up Cobb to force the throwaway. But to say, if they didn't double him there, which the guard was basically forced to, he gets in there again. I mean, Rudd might be the starter for how long because of that injury. Who knows? But I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Mr. Rudd. Did I want to accidentally call him Paul? Maybe. Claxton on the return. I mean, he's not looking special as a return man, but he's getting the job done. So, I mean, maybe he'll be one of the reserves, if you will. And just like we did flipping Rudd as a starter this week, we're going to be flipping Howard as a starter. We'll see how good he plays. And they bring a blitz, but it's pretty well blocked. And for the most part, we get enough time to throw to Douglas for the first down. I mean, the real problem I've seen is just that nobody's really given an inch at left tackle, and I can't really start both, so I don't know. Like, Howard is amazing there. Good spin move inside. Polk could have done better, but there's a lot to block. 14 yards gain. They have an injury. Look, if they're both similar, like I said, I think the smart thing would be to start the young guy, right? Because the injury chance is lower, you would think. And, I mean, we got no one else to throw to but Douglas. Another tough catch, and he holds on. I'm feeling iffy about starting, you know, these guys in preseason because we know what we've got with them, but at the same time, specifically quarterback, who else do we start? We have just Falk. I know Drake May got injured in the Super Bowl, but for the most part, I felt pretty confident with him being, you know, healthy, so I don't really think we need more than two. And we're going to take that shot. Patton, perfect throw, and we need to see a lot of that again this year. We need to get this man to superstar once and for all. Great throw, pretty good route. I mean, that's just a perfect ball. That is just, I mean, you can't place it any better than that. There's not a whole lot of room for error. There's enough room, but not a whole lot of room, and it's just on the money. And sliders are on the exact same they were in the Super Bowl. The exact same sliders, you know, the ones we've been struggling with, passing at least. What are you doing, Ojulari, please? That was way too late to react. Rudd, I mean, he gets in there again. He's a little late, but so is the rest of the D-line. Let's try Ojulari. Let's see if, like, it might just be the user fact. Well, can't really test because it's superstar left tackle. Is that actually our left tackle, by the way? That might be. It is! Traitor! Oh, we need to cook this guy. We need to cook him. Come on, Ojulari. I don't care if it's preseason. Damn, Blackwell's so good. Why do we ever let him go? Oh, are you serious? How do they let that man get that first down? From the 3-yard line, first and goal. See if the team can make a stop. They're going to run the ball. We're a little late. What a freaking tackle by Cobb, though. Or is it Warmack? Shift him over. Frey I haven't seen a lot of, but I've liked him so far. Good teamwork. Gets a piece in there. A couple of run-stop type of plays. The little bit I've seen of him has been pretty good. Watch now he'll blow it because the pressure's on. He's also going against a wide receiver. And he's on that. Swats it away. Could have maybe went for the pick, but, I mean, let's just be happy that he stopped it. Beautiful swat. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, look at that. Just knocks it out. Beautiful. I don't care. He's wearing 32. He's earned it. He has earned it. Bolden on the block. Not going to get there. Unfortunately, I don't even think we're going to get a chance to take a look at Claxton. Or not Claxton, Bayless, because Claxton's out there. And speaking of Claxton, he was very close to breaking it. Team seemed to have no issues with Howard at left tackle on that drive. Douglas, 29-yard touchdown. 3rd and 3, one timeout. I mean, are they even going to get this ball off? They will. And they're actually going to throw this little dump off. Try to keep him in bounds. 4th and 4. Not that it really matters. They would have wasted that timeout anyways. They would hit the field goal and take us to the second half. Howard, I believe, still out there. Little late throw over to Allen, who dropped several, I believe, wide open catches so far this preseason. They're also going to say, 4th and 2 to punt it. I don't agree. I guess we'll just take that wide open look. Henderson first down easily. And much later in the drive, the team sees themselves at the 2-yard line, facing a 3rd and goal, running the ball. Allen, powering forward, gets the touchdown and potentially the dagger. Huge drive. And they would score a touchdown and not go for 2, which, I mean, I guess you do it later. Realistically, I see the kick returners being Brown and Bolden. But I do want to give Bayless a chance, which you can see here. He is involved. Didn't really get the greatest blocks there. He's involved, but he didn't actually get a chance to return it. 3rd and 4 team not really looking like they're struggling too much, but they are facing, you know, potential punt or field goal situation. And not going to have a chance. I honestly didn't even see that free safety, so maybe a good incompletion. By the way, the team misses... Okay, I'm not really sure why Washington's letting that clock go, but the team misses the field goal. The Commanders, coach is pissed off at that as well, even though he can call a timeout. Ripped his whole shirt off, but missed the field goal. And now, with 11 seconds left from the 5-yard line, the Commanders have a chance to tie this up. Backup safety. We're a little late on that, but he's going to get sacked anyways by Overeem. And then, of course, Hendrickson breaking off that edge. Still getting beat technically by Overeem. It's kind of close, in my opinion, between Rudd and Hendrickson. Hendrickson's kind of getting cooked there, and he throws the ball away. 2 seconds left. Last play. No time for getting funky with it. Dropping some coverage. Was going to blitz, but why would you do that? He's got a chance, and that is way too easy for our DB, who will not be able to return it, but will pick it off, closing the game out with another Patriots win. Farrah has been on the roster a couple seasons now. Depth guy, hasn't really gotten to play outside of special teams, but, you know, he comes in every once in a while. He does all right. Definitely hasn't been a liability, and that's really all you can say as a backup. Just don't be a liability. Maybe your name doesn't show up ever. You don't barely get to play, but just don't be a problem when you do. That's all you got to do. As looking at the stats, Falk was definitely a lot better, but Drake May, he has been on fire this preseason so far. Then we look at rushing, really hasn't seen much, but Brooks definitely better than last week. What about the tight end situation? Have we been throwing to anyone? I don't think the tight end's got the ball at all in this one, so maybe we can actually say, yeah, with best yards, tight end wins. Sacks, one for Overeem, a pick for Farrow right at the end there, and then Sly. Another miss. Speaking of Mr. Howard, he has another upgrade point. Stays 77 overall, unfortunately, but finesse type of blocking is the style we're going to be upgrading constantly. 75 pass block finesse, that's great. Definitely iffy in the run block finesse, but yeah, I mean, honestly, is he a generational? I don't know. Well, maybe not generational, but is he a superstar? Because he's got all the good ratings you would want from any type of lineman, let alone a tackle. You know, 97 injury, 96 stamina. Toughness could use some work, but 73 speed, 82 excel, even 70 agility. Great lead block, great impact block, very solid strength, very good pass block base. Run block base is pretty good. The power blocking's good. Finesse is iffy, though, I will admit. But he looks like a really good player, and these snaps in preseason also count towards his thing, so definitely going to try to keep that going in case, you know, he is actually a superstar, because he was a top 5. Top 5 a lot of the time is superstar. Not always, but a good, yeah, I don't know, almost 50-50, I feel. But let's go to the final game. Preseason Game 3 against the Detroit Lions. No slouches, even though this game isn't technically meaningful, but they are 2-0 as well, so who wouldn't want to just finish out strong? I think we're going to keep the lineup as is and see how they play against starters that are very good caliber. Couple more upgrades for some of our young up-and-coming players. We have Mr. A.J. Rudd, who has had himself a pretty good preseason so far, getting a speed rusher upgrade, which is once again proved every single time we use it to why you do it. 2 to finesse, 1 to block shed, more importantly, 3 to power move. We upgraded speed moves, speed rushing. He gets 3 to power move. Case closed. Case is closed. I'm sorry, it is. Bates, also now an 80 overall, which gives him another ability slot. See what kind of upgrade he gets. 2 to medium route, 1 to deep, 1 to release, 1 to catch and traffic, 2 to spec, which, I mean, he's already pretty damn good. Ability, recuperation. Yikes. Definitely a lot of other moves. I don't think he has any, like, juke ability or truck ratings, though, right? 68 trucking, 68 juke, so definitely not going to make an argument for those. And then I don't really think there's anything else to make an argument for. I guess he's just going to be stuck with recuperation for now. But here we are in the final game of preseason. Holy crap, they've got the freaking superstar lineup. This is not good. Let's see if Rudd can do something. If Rudd gets a freaking sack going against Penei Sewell, yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy going forward. I just hope he stays healthy because, I mean, this is a lot of effort. And he's got a low injury. Oh, he gets a clean rip, though. Laporta making some tackle breaks. 6-yarder. I mean, Hendrickson looks pretty good too, but I think Rudd has looked just a little bit better. I really do. Maybe I'm wrong. And we can't get off there. We're going to see a little bit more of him. First down, throwing to Ross. Who is Ross, you may ask? I don't know. I may answer. I don't know who the hell it is. It's not Justin Ross. Spin move. Oh, we did cause him to get a little jumpy with it. Absolutely smoked was Frey, but did enough to get him out of bounds. And for our rookie class, there it is. Nobody. It's only been a problem since the game came out, but, you know, they'll fix it a couple Maddens from now. We'll be fine. We'll all manage. Don't worry. Oh, we got pummeled there. Gibbs, dangerous receiving back, gets the first down. Rudd is starting to get smacked up a little bit now. Sewell's kind of taking care of him. Taking him to school. Sewell, I don't know. All that could have been picked off. It's not. Laporta strong arms it, catches it, first down. One of those elite teams. Got to be careful. We're running out of freaking juice as well here. We've got 2 bars of fight in us. Club over. Gets the rips. Takes a little while, but gets to him almost, but still gets the throw off. We need blitzing here. 1 bar of resistance over him. Starts with only 3. And he's got all day to throw on a blitz. Warmack cleans up, but still a gain of 2. Misray Rudd is completely depleted. Now, apparently so is Cobb, as we have Jones in. And that could have been a touchdown if he would have been, like, streaking. He'll be all over that. Just making sure he doesn't dump it off last second. I would say Rudd the first and only guy to the scene, but he should be, because that was his side. Let's go Cobb. Nice push, and still going to get the first down. Another conversion. Wait till you see our tight end. What? I'm not bending over, huh? That was a long first drive, by the way. Rudd back to full because it's end of quarter. Getting smoked up on that. Sewell's a tough guy to beat. What can I say? Gonna put Hendrickson in and see if he can do anything. Ojolari with 5 bars, by the way. Dan, he just got smoked. Picked off, though, by Dial. And that drive will lead to nothing as Dial's going to outrun the defense, scoring a pick 6. Celebrating into the end zone. Beautiful. This is why the top 3 corners hadn't changed. We've got our unit for the foreseeable future. Detroit does have a really good drive, though. Bayless is actually going to get a chance to return the ball now. Very small. Not the fastest, but gets to the outside. Tries to juke inside. I do like the returnability. If Bayless makes the roster, I could easily see him being our punt returner. I mean, the clock is basically gone. I know they had 2 drives before we had 1, but still, clock already gone is crazy. Screen pass on 2nd and 3. Malata, of course, the left tackle out here. Man, that is a big frame to try and get past. Try to get it back left, couldn't. Huge first down to the 50. That's a big individual playing left tackle, let me tell you. I don't want to post Bates in case the safety comes up on a slant here. No, they're kind of on this. Kind of wish Brooks would have dropped it, but good hands, I suppose. Didn't really have the outcome I was hoping for. Trying to make something happen here before halftime. It's going to be a great throw to Douglas. Maybe could have waited for that wheel route from Patton. I see an open player, especially with timeouts. I think you take it right away. You don't wait for something else if it's a big play coming. Go Bates. Got so much speed. You can just get rid of it quickly, and he'll just turn it into some big yardage and get a bounce. With 2 timeouts, we can go stick. Set up that potential slant. Maybe pick up 5+. Running back, I thought he was going to cover the slant. Didn't. Still gains 3. Barely any time wasted. And then we have ourselves a potential wheel look. Bates is so fast. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Good swap by them. Like, he didn't get any abilities, but he just feels even faster now that he's a superstar. It's a tough one. Perfect throw and catch. He's too quick. He is going to be a problem this year. Please stay healthy. On the return, not Bayless. Going to give it to Bayless, though, anyways. Good juke move. Nice return. I think there's a little something there. Maybe this is the guy that's going to wake me up to not needing speed only. 4th of 4, we're going to treat this as a go-for situation. We're down in this game. We don't get this first down, we lose. That's what we're treating it as. Oh, Bates is cooked. Bates is cooked, and we had nowhere to go to. I seen Polk. I just didn't think we were going to hit this throw with that linebacker, whoever the hell. Yeah, whoever was creeping, I could have hit it. We could have hit that. I should have just hit it right away. Waited too long. We still have Rudd out there, by the way. I'm not really sure what's going on. I guess to be fair, all the starters are in, aren't they? All right, let's give Hendrickson the shot going against Sewell. He's got 5 bars of resistance, so he should have a better chance, right? Can't get off of it. Looked like he was about to. Oh, wow. Matthews with a great play there. Yeah, Hendrickson got handled same as Rudd for the most part. Rudd came out the gate strong, and then Sewell just getting stronger as the game goes on. It's scary. Let Bayless return the ball. No juke this time. 35, not saying we absolutely need to score here now, but we are now actually officially in one of those positions where we sort of need to score. Douglas, I trust the route running every day of the week. We're short by a yard, but that's fine. Trust the route running enough to where you can just pretty much force that look. And then Brooks does enough for the first down. They decided to sub players out mid-drive. That's a decision. Learning a little bit from our mistakes. Quick throw in there to Richardson. I don't know what it is about wearing number 81. As soon as you wear number 81, it's just like you're my favorite player to throw to. Overthrew him and just wanted a high point just to make sure, but bad throw. Stretch back left. Allen doesn't really get the blocks. Maybe I could have trusted the tight end out there. Didn't, and that'll be 3rd and goal for the 2. Read option. I don't know what to think. And apparently their entire team knew we were keeping it. Of course, team hits the field goal, but this 3rd and 7 is massive. Hendrickson is in. He's playing against a backup. Gets a nice swim move. Sacked by Hendrickson. Of course, now going against the backups. I'm having a hard time. I mean, I feel like Rudd and him are very equal, but I feel like this is almost like a reverse situation, the left tackle situation, where Rudd is injury prone. So why would I start the injury prone guy first and then be forced to start Hendrickson, who is the backup plan? You know what I mean? Whereas the other side, it's like, well, the young guy you would think would be the best. He's going to have a chance to run, and he's not going to. He's going to late and just run right into bonk, and I don't know what that is. And the 3rd and 5 team doesn't even technically need to run a play other than the QB kneel, but we'll still run a play. Free play as well. Oh, it actually worked. Allen, will he need it? Yes, technically. But, I mean, realistically, we just decline it, call it. I think. I actually don't know. What happens if you decline it? It should be fine. Like, it should be fine, right? It will, but the clock's barely moving. I'm going to give Pickett a one-on-one jumper. Probably going to get him hurt. And it was all for nothing, unfortunately. And there you have it, 16-14 Patriots over the Lions. We go 3-0 in preseason. Stat line, Drake May once again basically completing the perfect preseason. Not that he did something crazy flashy, but very, very good preseason. Very confident stuff there. Sacks, Hendrickson with a sack, Cobb with a sack. Picks, 1 for Dial, who turned it into a touchdown. Without it, we aren't even winning this game. Drake May with another upgrade this preseason / offseason. Get a strong arm upgrade in there. Medium and deep accuracy. Just needs deep by 4. Everything else is basically maxed. Let's take a look now at the other 2. Dennis Collins, hybrid, as usual. 88 overall. Let's see what kind of rating he gets. 4 to tackle, 1 to zone. Not a bad upgrade at all. What's his tackle now? 79. Would love to get the hip power / block shut up, but for a free safety, it's fun. And then Richard Falk, the man with some pretty good ratings as a backup. I mean, he could be a starter somewhere. 76 overall. 2 awareness, 1 to medium. Not bad at all. But yeah, we start week 1 and then some, because we're going to be likely doing 4 games per episode. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this. If we're going to be going, kind of the moments similar to what we did in preseason, but play a little bit more than that, or if I'm just going to play the games like normal, but only include like big plays-ish. It's kind of tough because, it's 4 games, a lot of time. I don't want each episode to be 2 hours long. 1.5, that's fine, but 2 hours, I think that's a little too excessive. Let me know what you guys think, because we'll probably take a little bit to actually, get going into it. Just kind of wanted to get this offseason going and preseason, all that good stuff. So let me know what you guys think the plan should be. I think I have an idea, and I think we'll all like it. Regardless, If you guys enjoy this one, you're excited for the final season of Patriots Franchise, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, really appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content. Uploaded another Batman Arkham City video yesterday, so check it out. Should be a rebuild tomorrow, unless there was a rebuild today instead of this, or I guess it would be yesterday if this is on Sunday, because of the whole Geno Smith trade. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya. And as usual, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton. If you're not already a member and you're thinking about becoming one, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details shall be in there. We have several members-only rebuilds, which will, of course, on the 15th, have another one. So be on the lookout for that. Member or not, appreciate you all for watching, and see ya.